In today's show, we are going to present to you local and world news, sports highlights, class and club highlights, this or that, where we will share the results of local polls, and ongoing episodes created by our own AV club members. In local news, Pioneer's Band and Choir Concert is Wednesday, October 6th. The choir concert begins at 6 p.m. in the auditorium, and the band concert begins at 7 p.m. in the gym. Come on in and support Pioneer's music department.
In local and world news, there's another TikTok trend going around asking students to smack the backsides of staff members at schools. We're here to let you know what students might get in return if they do this.
You could be suspended from school for X amount of days. You could be charged with battery, in which you would be arrested. You would have a court date in front of a judge. You would pay a fine or do jail time. You would be placed on probation for X amount of time. You would have a juvenile adult record. Your court costs and fines could run anywhere from zero up to thousands of dollars.
And that's what you'll get if you do this. So instead of being charged with battery, how about you just do something nice instead? This week is an exciting week for sports. Let's start out with the football game that happened last Friday, September 24th. Pioneer won over Triton with a score of 26-6.
Why can't I just press it right here?
Gavin Clem, Jacob Ziegler,
Schmaltz, and I'm with Pioneer's AV Club, and this is the class and club highlights. Miss Martin, how long have you been teaching at Pioneer?
This is my 5th year. I started here in 2017.
What made you want to teach here?
I kind of was ready to push myself out of my comfort zone. Just a good day, I guess it was good luck. I applied for the job because I was looking for a job. I didn't have to have a new job, but so I taught 8th grade, and Logansport was redistricting. They were taking all the 7th and 8th graders to one building, and then they were taking the 6th graders in one building. And I couldn't stay at the 6th grade, so I was supposed to go to the 7th and 8th grade, and I just decided I'm ready for a change. So I emailed actually Mr. Tucker then, and he texted me really late at night and said, hey, I want to interview you. And it was, the interviews were already over, and he told me that he had already had somebody else picked, and then I interviewed anyways, and he offered me the job.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of, he called me before I even made it back to Logansport. So.
Okay, what college did you go to?
I started at Ball State. I was a speech pathology major. I wasn't going to teach originally. And then I transferred to Indiana State, and that's where I took up teaching. And right now I'm in grad school at Purdue.
Ooh. What was your first subject that you taught?
I've always taught English, just English, but actually my first teaching job was at a residential treatment facility for all boys ages 16 to 22. And so they were locked up and they were court mandated to be there, and so I taught all different levels of English that year.
Ooh. I see that you have a lot of pillows and rugs in your room. Why is that?
I think that kids just like me should be comfortable when they're working. We do a lot of reading in here. We do a lot of group work in here. And I just think that kids work better when they're not sitting rigidly at a desk. just like I do. I don't want to read sitting up on a hard surface, so I give them somewhere to relax, and you know, as long as they're working, that's what these are for.
How do you think the kids feel about that?
I think they love it. I think that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure out how to use the carpet areas correctly, that they're not just for lounging or sleeping. As long as they're working, they can use it, but I think that's one of the things. As soon as kids get in here and they get in their vocab groups, they're allowed to move around, and I think they appreciate that. I think that it makes them realize that, you know, I want them to be just as comfortable as I would want to be in their shoes.
Do you have anything more you would like to add?
I really enjoy being here at Pioneer. I'm really honored that you picked me to interview me, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for sharing your ideas.
Absolutely.
Do you guys like the rugs and pillows in Miss Martin's room?
Yes. Yes. They're very comfortable. And it's also very comfortable, especially even though we have her only early in the morning when we just get to sit on the floor with pillows, because we are always cramped up in the desk all day.
That's really cool. Do you think it's good for the education process?
Yes, because it just makes us more relaxed. It makes us more feel like more at home. And exactly what she said. If we're comfortable doing it, then we'll be more open of learning things and just trying to understand better.
Like more relaxed?
I'm Carly Johnson, and I'm an 11th grader.
I'm Emma Tissalin, and I'm a junior.
Welcome to This or That, a segment highlighting what people of Pioneer prefer. This week, we asked you to complete polls asking if you prefer this or that. And you answered. Here are the results. How about being in school versus learning virtually? You would think most students would prefer to stay in their comfort of their homes, and the same goes for teachers. But that is not the case. At Pioneer High School, 85% of students prefer in-school instruction, while a whopping 100% of teachers also prefer to be in school.
Finally, and most importantly, waffles or pancakes. 84% of teachers prefer waffles, but in the student body, they are quite divided. For students, pancakes win over waffles, but barely. Thank you for watching, and remember to complete next week's poll with new This or That's.